Okay, so my stream is back up again. Sorry about that. I should have tested my mic before. I forgot to check. But yeah. So basically, I was actually editing a video. I shot a video. All my videos actually came out blurry, but fuck it. I'm just gonna upload all of them anyways because I already spent time on it. Most important thing is get my message out, right? But one of the videos I did, I've just been having a lot of thoughts about pharmacy and the actual like value us community pharmacists actually bring to the table, right? Because we do so many things, right? But it just seems so scattered. It's like we're doing MTM over here, we're doing immunizations over here, we're filling prescriptions, we're counseling our patients, but how does it? What is the bigger picture, or how does it all come together, right? And that's the thing. I think that's really hard. Like we don't have, as community pharmacists, we don't really have a good elevator pitch to throw at people, right? And I think for myself, being a, I don't want to say public figure. That's the wrong word. Being a pharmacist on social media, I want to help open up the discussion of the actual value that we, as pharmacists, as community pharmacists, what value do we actually give to our patients and to the healthcare system? And I call it health. I call it community pharmacy 2.0, just because the first stage back in the day in the 50s, we used to, I don't know, we used to dispense out medications, pour count, lick and stick. That was our role, and sometimes we serve soda on the side, right? So many people are, um, sorry, I have a cold right now. So many people are so familiar with that role of a pharmacist, and it took us this fucking long to actually be respected as healthcare providers and get provider status, right? And so, like, I call it community pharmacy 2.0. And this is something I termed. I didn't really like. I don't know anybody else that's talking about it. But after my experience working in the pharmacy and all that, I was thinking like, okay, a lot of time I help my patients with costs, right? How does that play in? Or a lot of times, I'm making these MTM tips on medication adherence, or I'm doing a 90-day fills, or like I'm doing certain things, right? How does it all relate? And what is our specialty as a community pharmacist? I think that's a real hard question for a lot of us, right? And that's when it hit me. Like everything we do revolves around medication adherence, and the new pharmacists, the new generation of community pharmacists, we really help people stay on their medications, stay on track of their medications. Not only profit the drug companies, but for patients chronic disease states, which need management of adherence, right? So if you don't know what appointment-based modeling is, I'm a huge fan of it. I met the creator probably like a few months ago, and we had a really deep talk about, having the focal point or making the pharmacist the QB, because we know, like, we see our patients a lot of. If you work in a certain area, you get to know their names, their dog's name, everything about their life, right? So you have the personal life over here. Second thing, if you're on that name to name basis, most likely they're going to bring all your scripts or problems to you. So that reduces polypharmacy and all these, like, trap patients and stuff. No, but it reduces polypharmacy, which is a huge problem because if you get your prescriptions from CVS, Walgreens, like Rite Aid, and then like your independent pharmacy, it's really, and let's say if you're paying cash like GoodRx or something like that, it's almost impossible for me as a pharmacist to know how many different medications you're taking unless the patient tells me, right? But even when a patient tells me, it's the patient. They're not the expert on medication. They don't. Sometimes they fuck up names. If chances are, if we fuck up names, then patients have that equal opportunity to fuck up the name as well. So it makes our job a lot harder, and it's less safe for the patient, right? So what was I talking about? It reduces polypharmacy, and like there's patients with multiple like chronic disease states as well, and so they're gonna have different specialties, right? And they're gonna have different prescriptions from each one of their prescribers and whatnot, right? So we're the focal point. We understand them. We understand like we have the most accurate patient profile. If your patients trust you. Second thing, we also know their personal life too. So we can be more custom, have that custom suit, so they look fresh. But no, we customize solutions for our patients, right? And so whether it's costs, whether they can't, let's say they can't afford their medication, right? They're broke. Maybe we just found out that they lost their job. They got laid off. Happens all the time. What are solutions that we can provide? Oh, let's say if it's a brand name, maybe find a copay assist. Oh, their insurance doesn't cover it. Maybe we can do a PA, or we can switch the medication to a cheaper alternative. There's multiple solutions that we can provide, to reduce their costs so that they are adherent to the medication, right? Or maybe they just fucking forget. They need a reminder and stuff. Well, maybe they can set an alarm so they remember it each day, or set up a pill counter. There's a lot of different ways that we can help with adherence. And I think that's the real specialty and expertise of the pharmacist, right? We know like everything from timing of medication. So let's say, I don't know, like they for some reason they don't want to take it twice a day, right? Well, what medications can we change it to where the frequency and efficacy it works at once a day, right? That's our expertise, and we have like direct, like we can bill like insurance as well and find out these solutions for our patients. The only thing that really stops us from doing all this is obviously time. I really think there's not enough flux for or space for pharmacists to provide these services. Like we as pharmacists, we're getting bombarded with more and more admin work, um, paperwork, right? We have less autonomy, and it makes us feel like we have less autonomy. We don't have as much help to create or think of these creative solutions, you know. And I think that's important. And those things actually really come into play. Like when I'm given space to think about creative solutions, right? So like the other, like just now, I was having a shower thought, right? Just like Reddit, right? And I was thinking about star ratings and stuff like that, and how can I improve my star ratings for a store? And like I was really thinking about, okay, how do we identify these patients that are extremely not adherent to the medications? They like literally, they might be a month or two like non-adherent, does not pick up their medication. It's really hard to reach them. How do we get a hold of them, or how do we improve their adherence, right? And maybe like offering services, like specialty services to these high-risk patients, or patients that are dropping my star ratings. Maybe offering them like off the bat more personalized service. Maybe being like, hey, you know what, having my intern, delegating that to my intern, being like, hey, we realize that you are like, you don't pick up your blah 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 on a consistent basis. Have like an MTM type of service. Obviously not paid, but we get reimbursed by Medicare through our star ratings, you know, and having that more customized solution for that patient. Oh, Kevin, it's just really hard for me to come to a pharmacy. Great, we offer delivery service. Oh, Kevin, like it just costs too much. Like so we get to know the underlying problem for the patient, right? And since we have that personal connection already, we like people aren't gonna bullshit us. Like everybody knows what it's like to have like their parent. I think parents are a good example. Like when when you don't have like a when you have a very conditional relationship with your parent, right? So you manipulate the things you say. You tell your parents like, "Oh yeah, I was sleeping over," but really you're just smoking weed with your friends the other night, right? So it's just like no one wants to feel like one of the worst relationships you can have. Sorry, is like a parent like child relationship with your patients. That's like one of the worst ways because they'll lie, they'll tell you all the stuff that you want to hear, but really they're not doing the stuff that they want. You know what I mean? And so I think like honestly, it just comes back to communication, and that's what really medication adherence is about. So let me just check the comments. I don't know if you guys are like I don't have that many people watching. I only have like 2 or 3 people watching right now. I had 7 at one point. Jenny Solis, your mic is off. Your mic is off. Yeah, I know that. I have a university questions. Better for farm courses, Northeastern MCP. I'll answer that some other time. Honestly, I think Northeastern is probably a better program, but it doesn't really matter. Sup, brother? Day off? Yeah. Just a half day today. But I just want to say, like, I feel very strongly about this because I think one of the draws about pharmacy for me is like really changing the 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 public perception of pharmacists, right? That that to me is so important because just like personal development and stuff, you're trying to change yourself and improve yourself. Like I feel like pharmacy is going through the same thing right now, and it really takes a nothing against these organizations like APHA or all these other organizations, right? They're great, right? But they're not very good at connecting at the personal and public level. And I'm not saying I'm the best person for this, but at least for me, I'm relatable to people. You know, I talk to people like like the actual people. You know, you can use all these words, right? That confuses the fuck out of people. But if you don't really touch the people's hearts and you don't win public, the public battle, then you'll never really get to people, right? And so these are my thoughts. I'm not saying like my thoughts are solid and stuff, but this is the beginning of like me having I don't want to say an epiphany, but like I feel very strongly about this, you know, and I want to help empower other pharmacists and other healthcare providers and especially pharmacy, right? But I want to empower like that intern, you know, at that CVS or Rite Aid, you know, like who is having that really tough day and they don't even know why they're there, right? They like just think about their future and like, damn, is it always going to be counting pills? No, we have to reframe our thoughts and our expertise. And I'm just saying that one of our expertises or expertises, I don't know if that's a real word, but what I'm trying to say is that as a practicing pharmacist, I'm noticing that medication adherence is our expertise. And all the programs from MTM to everything else circle around this concept. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to get to work right now, or I gotta edit some more videos. 12:08. Yeah, I gotta edit some more videos and head off to work. Today's gonna be really cool because I'm going to be giving out and billing Hep A shots for all my employees in the store with my intern, and going to be doing some inventory management. Like it's these half days where I actually sort of look forward with pharmacy because it's fun. It's cool like working with patients and stuff, but it gets very consuming, and I really like the business aspect behind pharmacy as well. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.